Yeah, I like midgets. I like the little people. Okay. I just think midgets are kind of cool. It's like I like regular midgets. We're all proportional. I like the ones with the big heads and the big arms. I think they're kind of cool. Because, when I look at kids, I see midgets. I mean, when my kids were little, it was like they were like midgets. We had this thing called the Top Shelf Club. And what the Top Shelf Club was, like us adults, like we can, when we're putting dishes and glasses away, we put them up on shelves in the cupboard and stuff like that, the cabinets. There was this joke when my kids were little, like, because like kids think it's so cool when they open up like a cabinet and climb up on a counter and they'll put stuff away for you, and it used to make me laugh and just remind me of like little midgets going around. And I think like growing up with the Wizard of Oz and stuff like that and seeing that when I was little inspired me. I'm a fan of Mini Me, like the 1/8 the size of me kind of thing. I think that's funny. It's just really cool. And like when I see kids, like I like to ask them, like, "Hey, do you guys got any midgets in your school?" And they'll think around, and I'm thinking like all these kids that I'm asking are like 2 or 3 foot tall, and and they'll like think about it real hard, and they're like, "I think we have one," and I'm thinking, "Darn right you do. You have like a whole class full of them." One time, one of the coolest things I ever got was a birthday cake from one of my friends, and it actually had a midget dressed like me. Like I wear a lot of black, and it had like a midget on a cake. And when you ate the cake, like the icing turned your teeth all black and stuff like that, for a little while. And that was kind of funny too. That was like a whole nother joke. But I'll never forget my birthday with my midget cake. But really, think about it. It's like the way kids see things. Think of it as that's how midgets see things. And like when little kids come up and they'll tug on the knee of your pants, and they're like, hey, look, pick me up, and I'm thinking, why don't midgets do that? We pick them up, show them around the world. But I think it's kind of cool that like midgets are the last one to know it's raining too. Like they call us like bigs is a slang word for a full size person, or sometimes I think if they're being mean, they'll call us biggers. That's Biggers. But I think it's kind of cool though that midgets like because of their stature, I think they're unused. Like I picture one day you could go in a salon and picture like if you could fit 10 full-size stylists there. Well, if at the door or the reception area you put people on rolling chairs, you could roll them to their station so they're seated so they'd be half their height. And then you could have little midget stylists. And the midgets could be suspended by like a chain hoist or like a wire fighting outfit. And you could have like a glass ceiling and you could have like a whole nother row of like midgets above you, a whole second floor. And it would just be incredible. The idea that you could have midgets in the workforce. I think midgets would make great mechanics because you could lower them into an engine bay instead of pulling the engine. I just look at midgets could be a viable ways to increasing our gross domestic product just by implementing them. I don't think dwarf tossing is the only thing they're good at. But I gotta say, if I ever get like rich and make it, I'm gonna have like a midget serving me hors d'oeuvres and my friends, my entourage. I'm just gonna have like a really cool midget. I mean, a lot of famous celebrities have done it. I think it's cool. I think midgets are people too, is what I'm trying to say. When you see them, high five them. You could take a knee and high five them. I just think midgets rock. Okay, and I think more cities should implement them. I think they'd make great mascots at high school games. I think they're cool. I think they're now, and I just think it's something we've unfortunately overlooked because they were half our size. Okay, thank you. Go midgets.